Good morning. What is up, everybody? It is me and Bree. We are live at the Hillside Live Show. We're getting ready to kick it off. We have a special guest with us here. We're excited to talk about.
We do, guys. We are here for Fun Run. We're in the lovely Hot Springs Off-Road Park in Arkansas. We've got Brad Holmesley with us, who is going to tell us all about today's raffle and also what today is all about. Camp Sunshine. Obviously, this event is to benefit them, so we want to know what that is and the details about it. So, Brad, tell us a little bit just about Fun Run, maybe where this came from.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks for having me out.
Yeah.
I'm glad Jock could come out and put on this race for us. First, what we are benefiting is the Arkansas Children's Hospital and their Camp Sunshine program. And what that is a program for their burn victims.
Okay.
They range in age pretty young, 3 and 4, up to teenagers. Usually teenagers are where they kind of phase out, and they go into what they call a young adult program. Mm-hmm. But, these kids have gone through something that is just something I couldn't imagine.
Yeah.
So
you try to focus on just children then?
Children,
okay.
Yeah. It's the Children's Burn Unit that we donate all of our money to, and we donate 100% of it. So everything that we raise for these raffles that we do goes straight to them. And, the big thing is getting these kids together that have common injuries. In the world we live in now, so many people judge people based on how they look and things like that. And, these kids, a lot of them have scars and they're self-conscious of them. And we're trying to make them feel like, that is just part of their story. Everybody has a story. You've got one, I've got one, and their scars just kind of tell their story, and it shouldn't stop them from doing anything. And so trying to get them out and kind of get them out of that bubble and get them back and just going again, it's a great thing to do.
Yeah, what an awesome cause. I know you said the Fun Run events are typically in May.
Right, yeah. Every May, it's the first weekend in May, we have an event right here at the Hot Springs ORV Park. And that is our big event usually. And we raise good money for them. We have raffles, trail rides, just a lot going on there. So look for that the first weekend of May. Sign up, come out and join us. Go to the Hot Springs ORV Park page and book some reservations. They go pretty quick, so try to join us next year and get some reservations.
Yeah, if you guys didn't make it out this time around, spring will be here before we know it. It seems like that's how it always goes anyway. Once we get through the holidays, and all of a sudden it's going to be here. So now look for this in May if you want to make it out to Fun Run next time. Yeah. How many years have you been doing this
since
event?
2009. So we've been doing
11 years.
Yeah, a long time.
Wow.
It started back then in 2009 with very little support. It was our local off-road club, the Arkansas Crawlers, and the Mid-South Jeep Club.
There we go.
That's Clyde came with the Mid-South Jeep Club, and that's really where he got involved, and he has helped out a lot over the years. And so, I was glad that he was able to step up and come out here and put this on.
And again, like I said, burn, especially this year, kind of we had a gentleman racer, Wes Keene, that got burned. Right, so it's kind of interesting.
Representing.
It's interesting to see his process. And luckily at Bikini Bottoms this year, I got a chance to literally talk to him for about an hour and 45 minutes, just sit and listen to hear him talk about the process and how all that unfolds and what, during when he was in the hospital stay, and now he has to go back and have surgeries. And it is such a massive process. It was so fascinating to hear that. And he's come out, luckily has gotten back out, started doing some racing. Do your kids ever come out and check this Jeep stuff out or take rides? Or
in August is when their actual camp is, where they bring him here to the park, and we take them on trail rides.
That's awesome.
And so we get them out here, and to see the smiles on their faces, it's amazing.
Sure.
So it's a great time to do that. But that's usually in August. It's second or third weekend in August that we get to do that.
That's awesome. Well, we're thankful for you guys doing that. I know there's a lot of worthy causes everywhere, and there's so many needs, for people to kind of just check in and pay attention to and say, hey, we're here for you. So thank you guys for stepping up with Fun Run and with taking care of Camp Sunshine, and we're happy to be here this time around. Again, if you guys are just joining us, you are about to watch UTV Bounty Hill Racing on Showtime Hill. We're at Hot Springs ORV in Arkansas, and Cooper Bentley is on the line. He's about to kick things off. We've got a good handful of drivers lined up for today. It's going to be a lot of fun. Before we get to that, you want to talk about the raffle real quick?
I would love to talk about the raffle. That is something that is big, and everybody that's tuning in can help us with. We are giving away a 2021 Polaris RZR XP4 Pro Ultimate. Great machine. It's brand new. and to get a ticket for it, they're $25 a piece. You get them at our website, fun-run.org.
Hey, Clyde, you want to put the poster up so people can see what the raffle's for? And you can turn your radio down a smidge for us.
Fun-run.org. Visit that website. Tickets are $25 a piece, and we are giving it away tonight, actually.
That's a good-looking machine for
that
a
is awesome.
$25 ticket.
It definitely is. And it's valued at about $32,500.
Wow.
And we're also going to pay the sales tax for whoever wins it, and we'll deliver it to anywhere in the lower 48.
Man,
Wow.
you can't beat that.
Anybody that's out there watching, we'll bring it to you.
And that's what a lot of times people buy something, win a car, and then they got to try to pay $6,000 to $8,000 in sales tax. So.
Yeah, it sounds like a great deal.
Yeah.
And this actually is a great deal.
Yeah, $25. I mean, we'll deliver it to your doorstep. So we're going to cut off ticket sales at about 5 o'clock tonight.
Okay.
So we can do all of our sorting. And then about 8 o'clock on our Fun-Run Facebook page, we're going to be giving that away live.
Okay, so fun-run.org is where they should go to
100%.
get some tickets. So y'all get in on that because it's an awesome deal. And even if you don't win, now you know about Camp Sunshine and what it's all going to go to anyway. So it's for a great cause, no matter how it shakes out for you.
And again, like I said, you can watch that Fun-Run on Facebook. Go there, check them out.
Yep.
Keep up with all the posts. Like I said, if you want to come down during some of the rides, I'm sure the kids would love to see some bouncers or Jeeps or whatever. So.
Yeah, we've done had some bouncers out before, put on a show for them.
Heck yeah.
Bobby Tanner's been out several
times.
Mr. OG.
Yeah. Selby and CJ, all came out to join us and put on shows for the kids. They loved it.
Definitely. Handful of crazy guys. I'm sure that was very exciting to watch.
Some memorable moments, I'm sure, out here. We are ready to kick things off, I do believe. I'm sure Cooper is waiting patiently on the starting line. We've also got Adam Coots, Dan Carter, Wyatt Wilson, Austin Connell, Paul Wolf, and Ethan Martin's got a stand-in today. So.
And again, Cooper Bentley was out watching on his course this morning, checking it out, looking at how steep Showtime was and just checking it all out, checking those jumps out. Again, we got a pretty great crowd out here. They're packing in. There's quite a few side-by-sides on the side of the hill. And then we have a crowd down here with the easy ups and the lawn chairs. So.
And Showtime Hill, of course. Clyde, what year was that?
2011.
2011 is when it was.
That sounds right.
And I have not been here since then, I don't think. So it's fun to be back in this park again. It's been a hot minute for me.
Brian Dunnigan said, "Hey, Bree, nice hoodie."
Oh, yeah. Got to represent Rock Life.
Here we go. It's off the line.
Cooper Bentley. Cooper is kicking it off. If you're just joining us, you haven't missed anything. This is the UTV Bounty Hill on Showtime here at Hot Springs ORV.
Ooh. That hill is super squirrely, and as soon as you get up, you have to hook to the right. So that's going to be a very interesting course for some of the side-by-sides. What's up, Shelby St. Clair and Forrest Kirkus jumping in? Okay, looks like he's making pretty quick work of that. Getting that little bitty baby hill, as they were called this morning, is pretty steep. And as soon as you clear it, you have to hook hard right around that evergreen tree. Looks like he's making us through the way through that woods course.
I don't think any of the hills around here are baby hills. They're like teenage hills at least. Well, yes, I should correct. What we're racing right here, these are some big hills.
Oh, yeah.
But in the park itself, there's lots of great riding
Huge.
for all levels. Anyone that wants to come out and bring their Jeep or just kind of get a feel for things. And
this is my first time being here, so getting out to ride around was awesome. It was a good time. Had some great riding. About 6 or 8 side-by-sides. Went caravanning through there till Clyde broke his Can-Am. They had to come back early. Gosh.
Wah, wah.
But that's okay. We found a welder. We're going to get him fixed, and we're going to do some more riding this afternoon. Again, Cooper Bentley come ripping out of that woods there, hitting some jumps. A little bit of our short course section. Now he's going to come up to the hill. Here we go. Again, feeling it out. He's the first guy to go, so he's kind of our guinea pig. So we're going to let him come up and bump up probably a couple times and kind of get a good layout. The top of this is really loose, so that's what he's trying to. There we go. Come on, get up there.
Oh, Coop.
Well,
that's an awesome spot.
Good news is he's above the second ledge, but right above that second ledge,
oh, Cooper.
It gets real squirrely real fast. Reverse.
Attaboy.
That is so scary right now.
All right, guys.
Oh, man.
You can kind of tell how steep it is on camera, but as always, keep in mind, it's a way different here in person. And that was a super sketchy move that Cooper just got himself out of here. So well done, Cooper.
Come on, go, go, go. There we go, there we go. Out the top. It is super loose right through there. A lot of that rock and loose rock. Get up there.
Y'all, this is a tall hill. We're sitting here. The trailer's right at the bottom of Showtime Hill, and I'm just turned around looking up at it. That's intimidating. I don't think I could, like, crawl up this hill on all fours.
It's super, super slick. There's a lot of dirt and a lot of small pieces of rock there. So as soon as you get into that, it just gets super loose. So
it's just a really long hill, too.
Yeah.
To mark this hill, we've had to run fire hose down the side so we can kind of hold it coming down.
Yeah, I bet.
180.021. And again, today we're going to run this course twice. We'll do odds and evens on the first time, evens and odds on the second run, and after that we'll come back and see who has the fastest time for the day. It will not be combined time. It will just be fastest time of the day. So
I tell you, I've seen this hill many times, and it's always insane. That hill just looks unclimbable to me, and it just amazes me on these drivers what they can come out here and do. The machines that they're riding. I mean, to me, I don't have anything that will go up that. I've got a Razor and a Jeep, but we're not attempting that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't think I could go up that just trying to walk up it.
So I got Dan Carter sitting in line, Dan the man, for that Rock Life off-road group. He runs a full body and a buggy side by side as well. Got his Danger Dan cassette wrap on there. He always has like the dopest gear ever. Dopest gear ever. He has awesome shirts. He has awesome hoodies. As Bree's sporting today. He has just super cool gear. Oh, buddy, come on.
Dan.
It's okay. Get back on your wheels. Get back on your wheels. It's okay. Hang on. Get back on.
Wait.
Oh, man.
No.
So close. Okay, it looks like they're going to run over and see if they can't get him flipped back over. Okay. Man, that stinks. Again, he's just right off to our left-hand side, and they got him back on his wheels already.
Shout out to Colton and Bill helping with recovery today, being so quick on the scene over there.
Cooper Bentley and Adam Kuntz jogged over there. Check it out. See how he's doing. Again, that's super steep ledge, and then you have to turn right after that evergreen tree there. So,
luckily, Dan gets another shot at this course today.
Yeah, it's that stinks. Again, it's such a steep run at it. You kind of have to. He was trying to anticipate, obviously, didn't want to overshoot it, and it's literally 5-6 feet straight up and down on that rock ledge. If you notice, Cooper went a little bit farther left and kind of hooked around it. So, trying to get the race line flag set back up over there. Get Cooper Bentley talking to him. I don't think he bent anything. It looked like a pretty soft tip over. So
the loose.
Yeah.
Dirt out here helps.
It
was a nice soft landing.
It was pretty soft.
Yeah, and that hill is no joke either. I mean,
man, I hate when you look at the screen and it looks like nothing, and then we're sitting over here looking at it in person, and it's so much more legit. Yes, this is a hill. Clyde was just saying that, like, kind of we talked a little bit about. You have to get it perfectly right, and then as soon as you get kind of over that berm, over that apex, you have a very sharp right-hand turn.
Definitely.
And again, he was kind of trying to anticipate that as well, and didn't quite get it. But again, like I said, yes. Again, that's kind of the reason we like having kind of a little bit of a flat section with some jumps, a little bit of woods, a little bit of hills.
A little bit of everything.
We have some uphill, we have some downhill. It really brings that all-around racer together versus just closing your eyes and hoping you make it. The old hill killing. Just relying solely on horsepower. Yes.
Yeah, it takes a driver.
Yeah, or the guy who doesn't care about his rig, who just closes his eyes and luckily lands it and it works. But and this is a bounty, a UTV bounty race today. Yes. So we had to throw in a little bit of everything. Again, this is Callahan racing for Ethan Martin. I love that teal wrap on there. Calloused is the name of the buggy. I seen you got some teal poking out that back, too. Again, I took a picture of it this morning. You know, my rock bouncer's all teal, so.
Your teal.
Oh, he got into the tree.
Way to use that tree.
He's on the other side of it, though.
Hopefully he didn't break an axle.
It looks like he's not hooked on it.
He hooked it pretty hard, but he might be able to bump off of it. Again, you don't want to break an axle. I mean, again, it kind of shows how steep that really is. He's going to try to back up and see if he can't. The cage got caught, and he used kind of his cage to pivot around, which is great if you have tree bars that can keep your wheels out. Again, you'll see a lot of guys with the tree kicker bars that kind of push trees out of the way, but
well, he doesn't have those.
There we go.
But he still made that tree work.
Good job. Again, not going to be the fastest time of the day, but at least get you some comfortable. You can get out there and make some points. And
there's no points today.
I mean, get out there and get comfortable at the course at least.
Normally, we have some points on the line.
Yeah, get out there and at least get comfortable. Complete your run. Make sure you have real comfortable, and then hopefully get out there and lay a super fast second course, second time on your course. What's up, Travis Skelton jumping in? Mary Carol Bynum hopping in. Mama Bynum, as we call her.
Zach out there with his encouragement. His words of encouragement, as always.
I seen his shirt, and I was like, I haven't seen those in a hot minute.
That is Charles Little, working some recovery and medic for us there.
Ah.
I think I seen him this morning. Is that Thomas?
That is Thomas right there.
Okay, so I seen Thomas this morning with his Southern Rock Racing Series recovery shirt on.
Yeah.
And I was like, that looks like an OG shirt. Come on, get up there. Again, there's that second little lip right there.
Oh, man, I don't think that's going to do it. It's too loose.
It's like this loose shell rock, kind of like seashells, on top of a slate rock, so that second lip is pretty rough. Let the dust clear, back up a little bit, get a good shot at it.
This is Daniel Callahan racing for Ethan Martin. If you're just joining us here.
There we go.
That's it.
Good. That's a soup. There you go, yeah. He did.
He did. He jumped it.
He went straight up the middle. And again, you can hear him just wide open throttle.
Oh, no.
Did he? It looks like he backed up a little bit. I don't know if he got hung up on a rock or what.
So there's some ledges up there in the middle. So he's staying to one side or the other.
There he goes. He's up it.
The strategy. Oh, man, come on.
Yeah.
It looks like he's barely moving, but his throttle's wide open. It's past that, Zach. He's like, no, it's past that. Keep going. I don't know if he has all four wheels moving. I could see his rear wheel spinning, but I don't know if he's spinning the front end.
There's a little bit of a view of how big this
massive that hill is.
Man, he's so close. There it is. Just take that tree with you.
Yeah.
All right. There's some big rocks bouncing down this hill. Y'all keep your...
Oh, yep. There's some pretty deep ruts at the top of that as well right now.
Well, there you can see some kind of ruts going up the hill that have been probably filled in by dirt and stuff. But, again, that shell rock gets kind of loose and it's debris. And I walked up it this morning. Well, kind of walked up a little bit. I would say I walked up it. There we go. That's our second finisher today so far.
262.412 for Daniel racing for Ethan Martin. And looks like we've got a very familiar yellow
very
vehicle pulled up on the starting line. Paul Wolf.
And we got
that quintessential
Jack Attack down there checking our timers for us. I think he got hit by a rock. I think he's checking to make sure. Okay, they must be good. I seen Jack walking down and testing our timers. He said they got hit by a rock. So looks like we're good to go down. Okay, looks like we're ready to go down. And again, like we got Paul Wolf in that big body yellow Can-Am that's stock-ish. He races stock class
Heavy
with it.
on the ish.
We'll call it stock-ish rig.
It's amazing what he can do in that rig.
There's enough
really
stock-ish
is.
to be stock there. So he gets out and he gets out and puts it on. Clyde said everything on it is bolt-on. So if you want to have a Can-Am like Paul Wolf, all you need is get your checkbook out, pull a elbow
wrenches,
grease,
yeah.
and yours will run just like his. Yeah. No experience necessary. No battery.
Yeah, that's how that works.
Yeah,
right?
batteries included. You just bolt it on, take off, and
And you too can drive like Paul Wolf.
Yes.
All right, guys. So far, we've had Cooper Bentley with a 180, Daniel Callahan with a 262, and Dan Carter was a DNF rollover. What do you think Paul's time is going to be on this course right now? Everybody gets 2 chances at the course, and it's just going to be fastest time today. We've got about a 6-minute time limit.
Ooh, he is hardcore out the gate. Here we go. Yeah.
And Paul knows that this is definitely a race today. It's not just a bounty to see who will make it. We've already had 2 people make it. So
yes,
it's full-on race mode for Paul right now. What do you guys think his time's going to be?
And Paul is really good at woods courses, so he'll have no problem zipping through there. Him and his brother Nate have raced King of Hammer several times, so they're not scared of getting out there and putting it down through a longer course.
I'd say Paul's got a pretty well-rounded
repertoire.
Just different kinds of courses that he's raced.
Yeah.
In this UTV.
180 is our fastest time yet. Paul's probably going to beat that, but how much?
Now, as long as he can one-shot Showtime.
I'd say there's 10, 15 seconds faster, so say 160.
They didn't even slow down.
We'll see. Wow.
He is getting it.
Look at that. Never even lifted.
Wow.
I'm going to say
Crowd is going nuts.
That's the first time I've seen him in person. I've seen a lot of videos.
Yeah.
But that in person was amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. He can drive.
He literally looped the corner and never even lifted.
He didn't.
All right, I'm going to say
slow down.
115.
He's coming back, taking that top section, coming. Oh, he's already down. Blasting through the creek.
It's going to be faster than that.
Wow.
Whoa!
What? Wow!
90.686, Clyde? 686.
606. 90.606. Wow. Haul in the mail.
Wow.
Jeez. Minute and a half. Everybody else, 180. Yeah.
Yeah, that one right there, that was crazy. As he came around that corner, like I said, he never lifted.
Yeah.
He just
And
right at it.
And it's so crazy to see our fastest time is 180. Paul finished in 90. Literally half of
that.
Like, it's crazy when somebody comes out and can just set a course on fire like that.
Yeah.
And he showed up. He didn't. Normally, Paul gets out here in pre-runs for about a half of a day.
Yeah.
He literally pulled in like 20 minutes ago. Like, unloaded the side-by-side.
Much to the chagrin of a few of the other drivers.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah. We had a few drivers that were like, oh, we didn't know you were coming. We thought you were going to.
Like, dang it.
Yeah.
Glad to see you, Paul.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Evidently, Paul got by the timer so fast the wind off his tires knocked it down, turned it off, took the 8 off.
We got another timer down. Paul went ripping through there too fast, apparently. All right, so yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of rocks getting. Those timers are getting roosted out there.
And Paul was like sideways coming through the timers, so he was getting it.
All right, guys, if you're just joining us, we are here for Fun Run. This is not a normal series event that you would see us at. This is something special. This event is Fun Run. We're at Hot Springs ORV in Arkansas. And if you're wondering who we've got sitting up here with us, this is Brad Holmesley, who's in charge of this event and shared a lot about it with us earlier. We might go over some of those details if we get a chance later. But check out your screen right now. Go to fun-run.org to buy your raffle ticket for that lovely-looking machine on there. And all the money goes to Camp Sunshine, a wonderful cause. We are 4 drivers in. We've got Adam Coots on the line. And this is just round 1. We're going to do 2 rounds with everybody.
Got the shake and bake machine sitting up there. Getting Jack Attack up there, kicking us off. He drives the Venom buggy.
Oh, Adam
way
going
left.
far
Yeah.
left.
Yeah, again,
And
that's
it worked.
kind of that Cooper Bentley line that we saw him go a little bit farther left. It's a little bit of dirt, a little bit looser, and kind of a smoother run up to it where
Yeah, it looked like it was.
the far right's more of an abrupt straight up. You kind of launch it and land it versus just kind of hooking around it. I've seen Timmy do that a few times.
Oh, he didn't turn enough for that
got
one.
a tree there a little bit.
Ouch.
There you go.
Got hung up a little bit there. Again, when you're in race mode, I've heard Timmy Cameron say this many times, there's no seat time like race seat time.
Man, those trees just jump out
They
and
do.
get you when
They
you're
do.
in race mode
They do.
sometimes. They just reach right over and
Yeah.
grab you.
It's like you found another one there.
Yeah, it's not hard to do. When you're in a woods course that's that tight and you're trying to zip through it, it's not hard to snag a tree or two.
It's like he's got a pretty good run going.
Yeah, see what he comes around here with. Again, looping around. Kind of shot that middle.
He was lost.
That front is not going.
He broke a front diff or an axle, one of the two. I can't see if the...
That's a big deal. You're going to need all 4 wheels pulling.
Yeah, I don't think he's making this
Yeah,
hill in two-wheel
no.
drive.
Oh, no, he broke.
I could definitely see the right tire.
I was going to say, will
I
we
don't
see
know.
a Jake Pike move out here?
Jake's got a pretty light buggy with a lot of horsepower.
Hey,
Drive shaft. Colton Hoback pointed down and said, yeah, I think your drive shaft's broke.
hey, your bottom arm is not... It's just
Yeah.
a drive shaft there.
Paul Wolf's out there helping him check it out.
Whole rear.
Paul Wolf's like, get sideways. We like to ad-lib for the drivers, too. Yeah, it's definitely broke right there. I can see it right there.
Is that what Paul
Adam.
sounds like?
Would you look at that?
Did you look at that? Yeah, would you look at that?
Would you look at that?
Just take a look at that.
Just look at it.
Paul and his beautiful golden locks.
Yeah, his hair's growing back
It is.
a lot. Look at that.
He's kind of waving it back and forth, checking it all out.
Hey, y'all pay him up. That's the same. Hey, good job. Hey, good job.
Again, you hate to see a driver drive. Hopefully they can get it fixed. If it's a diff, they might not have a diff. It's usually an axle shaft or something like that. Simple. They'll
Quick,
carry
easy to
him. They'll
swap
carry
out.
him. Yeah, it's not too bad. They can carry. And again, some drivers carry spare parts, but.
Well, the good thing for Adam, even if his day of racing is done, I know he's got his big bouncer
Yes.
out here, and we've got a nice group of spectators. We've only got a handful of racers today. This was meant to be short and sweet, bounty style on Showtime, and then we want everyone to get out and enjoy the park and enjoy the trails and a day of riding, which we actually already did
This
earlier before. We're used to having to get out here early for races, but
Yeah.
hi.
He's like, hey, Mom.
Yeah, there's a lot of great trails out here at the off-road park in Hot Springs. Anything from stock to stupid.
Yeah.
Anything in between. But side by sides, they're really building a great trail system for side by sides out
Yeah.
here to come out and ride.
Yeah.
Stock, I see stock rigs out here all the time, and there's some great trails.
And it was some awesome trails. Like I said, there's about 8 side-by-sides. We were all partnered up this morning, went through and had just 2 4-seaters. Had 2 4-seaters, went out and rode through and had just an absolute blast this morning.
Yeah.
Some of the trails, what I like is, and I love when off-road parks do that, they have a really rough course, and then about 5 feet away, or a really rough trail, 5 feet away, there's kind of a smoother trail.
Yep.
That way, if you're in a stock 4-seater that with really small tires, you maybe can't clear some of the rocks or have trouble with the bigger ruts, you can hook to the right, take a little bit easier. Mm-hmm. You can still follow all the group, where
Definitely.
some parks only have that rough trail that you can't necessarily take a safety bypass or something a little bit easier. And then sometimes there was 3 or 4 places you could pick different lines when it's 40, 60 feet wide. You can pick all kinds of lines. You can play for hours there and have as much fun as you want to in your stock to race rig.
Sure.
All right, Wyatt Wilson is on the line and unvaxxed.
I
It's the
love
first
that.
time I've seen that.
Unvaxxed.
I like it.
What's funny is he was whipping through here. And I'm like, that looks like Paul Wolf. Did he bring a buggy? And then I was like, no, that's not Paul Wolf.
There's not enough hair in there for it to be Paul. But this is Paul's old buggy. This was Paul's, right?
Yes.
Not Christie's?
Yes. I don't.
I think it was Paul's, but
Paul built it. Let's put it that way.
there you go.
Whether it was Paul's or Christie's. Oh, there we go.
Nice.
There's like a foot of air him the entire way up there. Uh-oh.
That looked like a tree.
That's okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
You can do
And Wyatt is a great driver.
Is that the same tree that got Adam?
Maybe. Usually if there's
Who put that there?
There's 2 or 3 drivers hit the same tree, it's usually not there much longer. Again, Wyatt Wilson was one of our side-by-side guys that went out with us this morning. Me and Bill hopped in with him and his wife, went out and had a blast, riding around, hanging out, having a good conversation, talking about going to Burning Man, and it was pretty ornery. It was a pretty good time. Our drone operator out there catching his drone. Again, it was awesome. I got to talk to Wyatt. He said, well, Travis Skelton one time, I was getting ready to buy a bass boat and we'll do some fishing, and Travis Skelton told me, hey, buy a Razor. Those are a lot of fun. And he said, been a long road since, And
the rest is history.
Look at that.
Come on,
Get it. Look at all the rock he's throwing down that hill.
And in the 10 years from 2011 when this hill started, and the number of people in bouncers that weren't making it up this, and now we're doing it in UTVs. That's just crazy.
Wow. We're at 90 seconds right now, Clyde said. And I was talking, I this morning in the bottom section didn't look that bad compared to our finals. And several people down there this morning, they said, what about 10 years ago? We had like 27 buggies that didn't make it.
Yeah.
So to tell you how hard it was then.
Yeah. Yeah, there were very few people that made it that
technology,
first year.
it's just changed so much in the last few years.
Was he? Tim was the only one that made it that day.
Timmy Cameron.
109.572 for Wyatt.
Second fastest time, and again, that's right behind Paul, who is at 90 seconds.
So we've got Paul with 90 seconds, and then Wyatt with 109. Cooper with 180. Daniel Callahan racing for Ethan Martin with 262, and then Adam Coots and Dan Carter were DNFs. And I guess Austin's not here, Clyde? Does that wrap up round one? Okay. All right, guys, we'll be right back and chat with Paul.
All right, we're back here with Paul Wolf. You are our fastest time for the first run of the day. Again, we're going to run that same course later today, and overall for the day, it's the fastest time wins. You're currently sitting on that pole position with 90 seconds. Second place, not too far behind you, with your old rig, which is 109. So,
and he had a couple backups, so if he can clean the backups up, he definitely has he'll probably beat my time. I bet he wasted a good 15 seconds backing up. So.
Yeah.
If he gets it lined out, that car's fast, man. I'm actually scared to race that car against it.
Again, we saw you come around the trailer here. I don't think you ever lifted. You were like sliding sideways as you hit the hill. How much time do you think you could nip out of that 90 seconds?
Oh, man. I think I can nip a little time out of it, especially on this backside. But as far as the hill goes, I mean, that was about what the car had.
Yeah.
I didn't cut it no slack going up through there. I did have one backup at the very top of the hill. They put the pull Jeep. I was actually going to power slide it between some trees, and they put the Jeep in there to winch people out.
Yep.
And I didn't know that, and so I got up there and realized my line wasn't there.
Change of plans.
Yeah. So I actually missed the turn, had a backup, so I could maybe shave, 4 or 5 seconds.
Tell us about this section back in here. A lot of drivers have been hung up in the trees. Is it real tight?
Yeah, it's tight, and you really got to hit your marks turning, and you got to power the car into the turns, because it's loose. So you can't just come up and brake and turn because the car will just slide. So you really got to use a lot of throttle to turn the car, and it's kind of a gamble. It's actually Wyatt has a huge advantage. He doesn't have a hydraulic steering, but his car turns sharper.
Yeah.
So like out there in the trees, his car will turn, a lot sharper than my car does. It can also get you in trouble, though.
Yeah.
So it's a gamble, there's a give and take there. If you do the hydraulic steering, you lose some of your turning radius, the way it's set up in the cars. But if you leave it, I guess electric or whatever you want to call it, stock steering, it'll shut off on you sometimes. If you hit something too hard, it'll shut off.
Yeah.
So the hydraulic steering doesn't give up on you. It'll keep rolling and keep going. So I opt for the hydraulic, but it's definitely, there's some advantages and stuff there. But I think if I have to, I'll push it a little harder and see if I can get some more out of it.
Yeah, again, now that you have a fast run, you can come out there and push a little harder,
Yeah, definitely. I actually get lucky enough that I get to run last in this next round. And so I'll honestly probably play it smart. The car's a little rough. It's been beat on all season. and I honestly wasn't coming to this because we had a bus breakdown. There's a whole drama story behind it all. So the bus broke down. I didn't get home from .1 finals until Monday morning, about 2 in the morning, and I left Saturday night at 8 o'clock at night. So it was a long, eventful ordeal. And I literally didn't unload the cars or nothing. And Christy called me last night or on her way. She was sitting at work, and she messaged me and says, "Hey, let's go racing this weekend." And I was like, "That's a 7-hour drive." And she's like, "It'll be okay." And so I was like,
"That's okay."
I was like, I had to unload the cars. I had to fix the car. I actually had the car was hurt from .1 finals, so I kind of Band-Aided it back together. I'm glad it held up. And went back out, and everything in the car is stout. I really got to thank all the guys that stand behind me. I mean, I really didn't do the maintenance that I should have done to the car.
Which is also a good testament of how durable the parts are now, too. When you can do a little less maintenance, the car will still hold together like it should.
Yeah, it's phenomenal how well the car holds up. It's really awesome what they take and how much abuse they can take now. So I'm pretty happy with that. And then I'm going to do, for everybody out there, I'm going to do a walk around of the car because I like to put a full season on, and I know a lot of the parts are expensive. And so I have a huge thing with trying to make sure I show people the good parts to buy until they ain't buying junk stuff.
And we talked about your run about, you're racing like full tube chassis rigs that are race rig only. Yours are full body. Clyde said, like his parts are all bolt-on.
Yes.
I would love to know, or I'm sure some other guys out there that run K-Nams, hey, I want my rig to perform like his. What parts did he bolt on? I'm sure guys would love to have that walk around and check those parts out.
Yeah, the only thing on mine that's literally not just pure bolt-on is I put the radiator in the passenger seat just to protect it from rocks when I race short course.
Yeah.
Other than that, everything else in the car is bolt-on. Even the hydraulic steering's a bolt-on kit.
Really?
So it's a factory frame in the car, and it's all bolt-on. So we can literally bolt everything on. I'm trying to think if there's anything that's not, other than some gusset kits in the frame. That's it.
Speaking of Christy, we got to say congratulations. You got engaged while we were at finals. We saw your engagement, so soon to be wife. It's great to have a soon to be wife that texts you in the middle of hey, let's go racing this weekend. So.
I know.
I think you got a good one there.
I know.
I got lucky, that's for sure, and I have no idea why she dates me, but don't tell her that, please. So.
Hey, I want to know, have you ever been to this park before? And then when you first got here and we're looking at Showtime, what did you think of that hill and how the race would go today?
I've never been to this park before, and just for everybody watching, Hot Springs, I just seen a little bit of the town, late last night and early this morning. It seems like a really cool place. So
super awesome.
It is. We went and did an escape game last night in town. It was fun.
That's awesome.
Unlike the downtown strip area that was incredibly awesome, it's very classy. That's some pubs and stuff.
We're gonna actually go out tonight, so if anybody knows where to go or whatever, let me know. Me and Christy, we're going to go trail riding, and we're going to go out a little bit. So we're actually staying for once. Normally we hustle home. And,
nice to stay and enjoy the park a little bit.
So.
Yeah, there was probably 10, 12 of us last night that went out and goofed off and ate and had a good time.
So we're good. More the merrier. I got a little daughter, so we'll be busy running her around.
Before we all make our plans for tonight, what'd you think of Showtime?
I didn't know if it'd be climbed.
I haven't been to this park in years, or I didn't even remember the hill.
I've never been to the park. I've watched videos of it and stuff, and I got here and I seen they dug a little bit in the front, and I was like, ooh, I knew I was going to kill our momentum hitting the hill initially. And I didn't know. I really thought it was. It looked loose,
it looks very loose.
Yeah, and so I walked it, and it was super loose, and I was really concerned. I didn't know if the cars would get the traction to dig up out of it, and I'm shocked. It had a ton of traction.
Yeah.
And I hit it pretty hard and just stayed in it because I thought I need everything I had, and the car actually just took off, and I was kind of surprised sitting in the seat that it laid me back in the seat.
Well, and you could hear some of the drivers up there, wide open. I mean, from about a third of the way up, all the way up, wide open throttle.
Yeah, there's some bad ruts at the top. I think Wyatt tried to S around them and stuff. And I think there's a gamble there. It could be faster, but it might not be faster. I just powered through them. I felt like when I got to that point, I had enough speed and momentum that the car would carry over them.
How'd it feel going through them? Pretty good?
I felt it drag. It hit pretty hard.
Ooh,
and
hung up a little bit there.
Yeah, it definitely scrubbed off some speed. I'd say probably scrubbed 5-10 mile an hour off the car.
Okay.
And so I definitely knew I lost some speed up there, but it powered through them and kept rolling. So.
And again, like you said, you got the fastest time now. If you're running last, you literally can pull kind of like what Timmy's done before, sit back, and now you get to watch everybody else run and see, are they going to knock me off? How hard do I, if they, they're a couple seconds faster, how hard do I really have to push the car?
Yeah, I mean, if somebody knocks me off, I'm not going to lie. I let that one hang out pretty wild.
Yeah.
Especially on the hill. There might be one little spot in the back that I didn't go as hard as I could have. But at the same time, you push in the back, you could blow a corner really quick. So, I mean, it's definitely it'll be hard to beat that 90. I ain't saying I definitely think there's a lot of capable guys that can do it, especially if you're gambling. If you did bad on the first run, you can just roll the dice and let it hang out.
This is the last event of the year for a lot of.
I see we got two guys that had DNF, so I'm sure those guys are going to let it hang out there.
Yeah, Dan Carter will get wild, and they'll get wild. So and Wyatt will push. I mean, you ain't got nothing to lose.
Wyatt racing in your old car, It's,
Yeah, it's definitely nice. Like when he gets up on the hills, he can see down through the pedals.
Yeah,
and I have a huge disadvantage. I can't see through the car, so I have to look at the hill, hit it, and then remember where I'm at. And I'm literally driving. I look out the driver's window of the car. I never look in front of me because I can't see over the hood of the car when I'm hitting them ledges. The car stood up so far. And so there's a huge advantage for Wyatt and them because, like, when they land, they can make minor adjustments, and I'm really just kind of driving off a feel and hope I don't hit nothing.
That's crazy. That's so awesome. Be like, I'm kind of just guessing.
It is. It's all a guess. I actually I'll look at the tops of the trees and judge where I'm supposed to be and stuff, but it's just a gamble.
I say sometimes in the big bouncers you'll have to do that. You'll have to look at landmarks. That way okay, if I land here and I'm next to this tree, I need to hook harder right or left.
Yeah, there's a lot. And especially hitting I guess it's the second hill we hit over there, and you make that hard ride over, you definitely got to pay attention there because that's a huge spot. It's a huge blind spot for me. It's a right downhill turn, and I can't see anything out of the right side of the car or downhill. So that's a huge blind spot. So basically
what I hear is Paul's like a Jedi.
Yeah.
He's just out here pod
He's just
racing.
close his eyes and let the force guide the buggy.
Yeah.
I just like gambling. That's all it is. I just gamble every time and hope I make the
Well,
turn.
so far you've gambled and you're on top right now, so we'll see how the second course goes. I think we're going to
let's get Wyatt
pull Wyatt in here.
I'll holler at him for you guys.
I appreciate it.
We'll be right back with
Presenting the all-new designs from Treadwear Apparel in 2021. Visions are better at the top. More throttle than brake, more balls than brains. If you're gonna win, you're gonna need these. Life is better topless. The NRRA official flag shirts. Real trucks don't have spark plugs. No guts, no glory. Definitely no story. Your girlfriend likes it when I bounce her. Grab yourself some new merch today.
I got you.
Some people have to.
All right, everybody. We have Wyatt Wilson here with us, and that sounds like an action hero or like an old bank robber from like the 1800s. Billy the Kid and Wyatt Wilson, that rough crew. He's actually one of our side-by-side racers who's racing Paul Wolf's old rig and competing against Paul Wolf today. So we were talking to Paul about how it feels to have your old race rig nipping on your heels today.
Just so you know, he said he was scared to race.
He was. He said, I am scared. He said he can absolutely lay down a good time. So
yeah, he doesn't want me to get the power steering fixed, really, I don't think. So that's going to be the big thing. Getting that power steering fixed is going to be a big game changer with that thing.
Yeah. How'd the buggy feel today?
Great until we hit that ledge right there, and power steering went away, so I had to back up there and back up over here.
Okay.
We clear up some of these backups, we're going to be in good shape.
You had, and again, Paul Wolf in at 90 seconds. You were at 109, so you are right behind him.
Paul's on fire.
He was. He came around this corner drifting to hit the hill. So he was full send mode. Again, like I said, you were right there nipping on his heels. What improvements are you going to make on the course to try to tighten up that lead?
I'm going to try to not back up.
Okay.
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
If we can not back up and get out of the ruts at the top again and try to get around, I had to back up at the very top.
What was your plan up there? We saw you kind of change a little bit.
So we're running some cut tires this weekend, some 27s. I've dropped a lot shoulder tire. We weren't sure exactly what the course was going to be this weekend.
Okay.
So we knew Showtime Hill from watching the videos. I've never been here before, but watching the videos, it's really loose. It's really rocky. So we was trying to think. We knew it's steep.
Yep.
Just want to keep the car on the ground and wheel speed.
Yep.
So we're trying it with these shorter tires. I've never had 27s on here before. And we got some 27-inch K9s on there and cut them a little bit so we'd open up some areas in it. And so far they've done really well. We just got some couple spots where we're so much shorter than everybody else.
And it seems super loose up through out there.
Oh, my gosh. We can't even hardly walk the trail at all because it's just like gravel coming back down the hill.
Yeah.
It's like trying to climb a gravel hill.
That's crazy.
Having not been here before, what did you get when you got here, or what did you think when you got here? Looked at Showtime Hill. I know Paul was like, I don't even know if we're going to make it up this thing. What were your thoughts looking at it?
Paul said he didn't think anybody was going to climb it at first. He said, I don't know if anybody will get up it. So,
well, this is an important note because we tell people all the time the hills are always steeper in person than they look on camera. So if Paul Wolf shows up and says, I don't know if we're climbing that hill, that just goes to show you.
That's a difficult hill.
That's what we're talking about.
And not only that, too, but Showtime's really long, right?
Yes.
And so it's got some issues in it. The lower spot down here is really kind of tough looking. But the little hill that we climb over here that nobody's going to give it any credit, they don't understand how steep that thing is. And I mean, when you get
vicious.
to the... Is that what it is, baby hill? Well... If you
I think
get
it's
up,
a teenager hill myself.
That's no baby. I can see climbing that. But if you get up at the top of these hills, no matter which one it is, if it's Showtime or this one over here, and then look down, it's super intimidating looking down these hills.
I'm sure.
And that's what really shows you the difference of a really steep hill or not, because you can't see the bottom of it when you're looking over the top.
And when you go up that hill, as soon as you get up that little quote unquote baby hill, you have to make a very hard right turn.
Very hard.
Which you saw Dan, have some issues there. So I mean, obviously you have to be smart. You have to, obviously have this huge challenge, and then immediately you have to have a game plan of where you're going around that tree. So
absolutely, yeah, we got to have a game plan throughout everything. You got to know exactly where you're going before you get there.
Yeah. Again, we saw that one backup right as you came down that corner. That backup, Paul was saying, he goes, that's 15 seconds. He said, if he can shave that out, he's right at me.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. So
we'll try to keep her together and keep her on the ground, and we're gonna give it a good run this time. We're gonna try to see what we can do with it.
Okay. Well, that was Wyatt Wilson. He came up. He's sitting in second place currently. Again, we're going for the fastest time of the day. So we had two DNFs. They're gonna be nipping on your heels, trying to push that a little harder.
Hey, before I get out of here, okay, never mind. Hey, before I get out of here, I want to say something to Doug Nelson. He's in the hospital. He had a double bypass the other day. Get well, Doug. See you guys.
See ya.
Takes you. Whether it's a quick trip or a slow climb. When you choose RCV Performance Axles, you're guaranteed to finish every time.
All right, we're back here. We're getting. I see some buggies out there getting a little TLC getting worked on. So we got a few minutes till we come back to some racing action. So if you guys are just tuning in, we're going to talk a little bit about the fun run. Okay, we're going to come back in and talk a little bit about the fun run.
Yeah, the reason we're out here is for the Arkansas Children's Hospital and their Camp Sunshine program. It's for the burn victims, the kids from ages about 3 or 4 up to the teenage years. And, they have gone through something just really traumatic.
Yeah.
And, to help them through this and do as much as we can for them. So the money that we raise allows the hospital during this camp to do more things with these kids. And so the more money we raise, the more stuff that they can do. And so that's what this is about. To help us raise money, we're raffling a 2021 Polaris RZR XP4 Pro,
which is
Ultimate.
Awesome.
Man, it's an amazing rig. It's got the ride command, it's got the backup camera, it's got navigation. I mean, my truck doesn't even have all that. But
definitely not your off-road rigs.
Yeah, off-road rigs do not. Yeah. So to get a ticket for that, though, you go to our website, fun-run.org, and they're $25 a piece. We are giving it away tonight. So make sure you get out there and get a ticket. We're going to cut off sales at about 5 o'clock so we can do all of our tallying there. And about 8 o'clock, we'll be live on our Facebook page, Fun-Run, and giving that away to somebody.
Awesome.
So
you're going to make somebody's night.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, for $25, because we're going to pay the sales tax,
which is huge.
It is. That's another couple $1,000
at least.
And if you're not here, because you do not have to be present to win, we'll bring it to you. Anywhere in the lower 48. So if you're
even better, having waking up Christmas morning, having this big bow and a brand new side by side, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, so it's a great cause. 100% of the money gets donated to the hospital. We don't keep any of it. Everybody that's part of this organization is volunteer.
That's awesome.
And so we give 100% back to a local charity here that we've been involved with since about 2009. And they're grateful for it, and they support us in a lot of ways, and we're trying to support them.
And it's awesome. You guys have been going since 2009. That's so incredible to see that an organization that's dedicated to really helping out. Again, like I said, we saw Wes Keene get burned this year, so a lot of the racers have become a lot more familiar with what that process takes, and how that process happens, and what all that involves. It's not just a real quick like going to the doctor, get a shot, and you leave home. It's just the rehab and physical therapy and surgeries. It's like way more labor intensive than just your normal accident or something like that. So
what he went through, I couldn't imagine either. And to see him already out and about, I was really thankful to see that, and to see that he's healing well. So that's great.
I think that's a great testament just to his courage and how tough he really is, like how hardcore he really is of a guy.
Man, that I couldn't imagine going through that.
No.
And again, it was awesome to hear that like some of the kids you guys help with come out and you guys do the ride.
Them out and
we bring them out in August. Every August we bring them out. Now this last year with COVID we weren't able to, but we're hoping to get back on track for 2022, and we'll bring them out and take them on trail rides out here,
which I'm sure is a blast.
It is. They love getting in Razors and Jeeps.
We need the redneck rocket ship out
here. I'm sure Wes would be down for that. He's like, whatever. He wouldn't care.
So it's a great time, great event. We have an event in May, the first weekend in May of every year, that raises money for them. That's really our main event, and so we'd love everybody to come out for that. It's a great 3-day weekend there, but everything's on that Saturday. But we'll have a big raffle and food trucks out and great trail riding here at the Hot Springs ORV Park. They've really been building up trails for their side by sides. Anything, stock side-by-sides can come out. You can go down and pick one up from the dealership like Paul did, and bring out a stock Can-Am and, go hit some trails. And but there's a lot of great things going on out here. The new owners are really putting some money into the park and really building it up out here. It's really nice.
And again, like I said, we took about 6 or 8 side-by-sides out this morning, and 10 or 12 of us, and we had a ball just ripping around through the course, and a couple 4-seaters, so they're a little longer, which again, I like having 2-seaters, and the 4-seaters a little longer, so you get to see a little different feel and how the course does with a longer chassis. And everybody made it. We had a good time. Went out and had fun, like I said, for a couple hours till Clyde broke, so we had to come back.
Yep.
Well, in today's event, doing this Bounty Hill, it was intended to be kind of a short and sweet and add to the weekend, but also you want everybody to go out and enjoy the trails.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful day out here, sunny, warming up, and we're having some fun, getting to do Showtime. And after this, everybody's got a great chance to go out and spend a good part of the day on the hill.
I've seen a big pavilion up there full of food trucks, so I'm kind of excited to go up there and get some some food, some snacky snacks, and and then tons of side-by-sides. So I'm sure there'll be lots of guys out riding later on today as the event goes on. And
it's a perfect day to be out riding.
The food trucks they're doing dinner for us tonight. There's a general raffle going on up there, $1 ticket out here.
Okay.
We've had a lot of people donate parts and stuff like that for our raffle.
And is that going on up at the pavilion as well?
It's going on at the pavilion right now, and one of the main ones that has stepped up and sponsored us this year is 4 Wheel Parts.
Awesome.
They step up, just about every Camp Sunshine run and help us out with donations for raffle things, and so that allows us with them donating it, all of the money again gets donated. So
that's super
we're
awesome.
Not having to put out money for for items. And the same thing with this razor. That's one of the things that it blew my mind, is that somebody stepped up and gave us this razor.
It's crazy.
We don't have a dime in the razor. So from the first ticket sold, we started making money to give to the hospital,
which is awesome,
to cover the cost, the $32,500 cost of this razor. It's already covered. So that was just
amazing.
From somebody that came to our May event, liked what we were doing, and decided to donate it to us.
That's incredible.
Awesome.
That's just crazy.
Huge thank you.
Somebody's like, hey, here's a $32,000 side-by-side. Don't worry about it. We'll take care of it, That's so great to see. So, again, we have tons of side-by-sides out here watching the race. I'm sure we'll be out riding around later today. Mainly, this is my first time ever being at the park. I was super excited to come for this event, mainly so I could just come here, check out the park, check it out, and see the famous Showtime Hill. This is one of the birthplaces kind of rock bouncing, so I know, again, after seeing Showtime now, it didn't look that hard, but they said, about 10 years ago, we had a lot of big bouncers had issues with it. So
they did. It was amazing to watch them, and for Tim Cameron to make it up there on that first try.
Yeah,
and you're thinking, really, are they all going to do this? But he was the only one that made it that day.
So it's super cool to see that, and just kind of see how far the sport's evolved, how technical the machines have gotten, how the rigs have advanced. So it's super neat to see that, and kind of see how things have sort of come full circle now, being back at the off-road park. So,
well, we've got Wyatt Wilson on the line. He was just up here talking with us, telling us some of his strategy for shaving off some seconds on this next round. So he's right behind Paul right now from course 1. This is his time to shine.
See what he can do.
Again, racing the unvaxxed rig. There we go.
Oh, Wyatt.
Uh-oh. There you go.
Well.
Hey, look at it. Back up and get it going. He said, I'm here to party.
He is a wild man right now.
He said, I am here to party. Woo. Thank goodness that tree was there and softened that rollover. Tree is not so happy, but that would help smooth the rollover down a little bit. So
we need to start calling him Wild Wyatt Wilson.
For real. That is a great name.
Hey, James, there are no bouncers running today. This is not our usual race format, except that I believe maybe Adam Coots might be hitting it with his Riot bouncer just for fun at the end of today. But today is strictly some UTV bounty racing on Showtime Hill. We're on course number 2. All the drivers get a 2. Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Hit another tree.
All the drivers get 2 chances today.
Oh, man, that's steep. People don't realize how steep that is right there. Like, your back tire's off the ground as you're trying to get turned straightened up. Coming around. There we go. Come on, get up there. Come on. Again, he is wide open throttle with everything that buggy has. They are.
His front end's just like skimming, the hill.
I was going to say the exact same. His front end's literally just skimming it.
He is way off to the right.
Oh, he's in 3-wheel drive. Maybe he broke an axle when he hit that first ledge.
Yeah, he's way right of the course right now.
Is he trying to... He had a little bit alternate line on the first run he had, so maybe he's trying to follow that same line. There we go, out the finish line. Wow. 128.339. What's funny is he was literally 19 seconds slower. 19 seconds slower after he rolled over. Like, that's pretty impressive. That is
that was like a long drop in that rollover too.
It was pretty impressive.
That's pretty good that he could land and just keep on going right away, because know that's got to rattle your cage a little bit.
I'm sure. Bill is over there moving trees and cleaning debris out of the way.
All right, they're still working though.
Like,
all right, Wild Wyatt Wilson.
Those things been hit more than AOC.
Just put on a show.
Yeah, he's cleaning some of the debris out of the way, moving some of the trees. Again, it looks like he's cutting one off, make sure it's not going to end up in somebody's cage. I kind of liked having those trees. Most bouncer drivers like, small to mid-sized trees because they help soften the blow or if you start to roll over the very top, it will catch you
from going all the way to the
so
bottom.
you don't roll all the way down.
I can see that.
Yeah.
As long as they're not the kind that can come into the cage.
Yeah. You want usually you want some trees on the course to kind of, they act as like a little helping hand to kind of stop you.
On a hillside this long and tall.
Yeah, you would not want to roll from the top of that.
No. And there's some courses like at Dyersburg, it's so open, there's no trees. You can roll, as you saw Daniel Heckley, roll all the way down. So, looks like who got on the starting line there, Bree?
We got Jack Tack down there making sure that Cooper Bentley is ready to rock and roll. Jack's doing safety checks for us, checking those harnesses, Hans, helmets. What else starts with an H in there?
Yeah, helmets, Hans, safety belts. Five-way harness. Again, Cooper, he was our very first driver. On the first run. Again, you can see a couple of them getting in that same tree.
Yeah, Cooper wasn't real excited about having drawn first place.
He was not.
He laid down, it wasn't like the fastest time, but to be the first one out here and make it up Showtime.
It's a good solid time.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
And because of Cooper making it up right off the bat.
Who's like 17.
Then everybody else is
16.
like, oh, we can do this.
Yeah. 16-year-old kid comes out and shows you, oh, we can do that. All the 30-year-old guys are like, oh, okay, yeah, no problem. And again, him and Dan the Man Carter there, walked the course quite a bit this morning. So I think he felt, the more he walked the course, I think he felt pretty comfortable with it. And again, as it got worse.
Either that or
I said, no, it got worse.
The longer you think about it sometimes, then you build it up into something worse in
There
your
we
head.
go. Hitting the jumps. Here we go.
He's already doing way better than his first run. He got sideways in the middle and had to back up.
He is. It is literally like carrying at least that front right.
Skimming it right over.
Yeah.
They're just like rail buggying out here.
For real. Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't know how much of that shows up on camera, but we're talking about they're just like toting their front tires, just skimming up the hill is how steep it is.
There we go. Wow.
106.210.
That's second for
Not
the day.
bad for Cooper Bentley. That's the
enough to bump into second.
The second fastest time so far.
Wow.
Paul with the 90-second run is our fastest right now still, but Cooper now with a 106 is second fastest. Then Wyatt with a 109 after that.
Wyatt's down there. Zach's giving him a hard time. Wyatt's there just laughing like, hey, that's the race.
That is Dan Carter.
Dan the Man, part of that Rock Life off-road group. They hooked us up with some pit vipers earlier this year, so we try to always show them some love.
I got you.
They take care of all of our racers,
Look, if you want Matt to love you for life, either bring him food or some kind of cool merch.
Yeah.
And he'll never forget.
Yeah, you're good.
He'll never forget.
We were like staring into the sun. I forgot my sunglasses in Illinois.
He's easy to please.
Like Rock Life group, they came running down. Like, here we go.
There it is, Dan.
There we go.
He got that sorted out this time. Glad to see it.
That is a good-looking buggy.
It is. He always has really cool, it's cassette tapes with the sponsors' names on it.
He's always got good creative.
It's super awesome.
I'll have to walk around that in here in a little bit.
I don't know if Dan gets the credit or Jody or
his girlfriend Jody. They're both very creative people, and they do an awesome job at very cool looking retro merch. I mean, it's neat. He has one shirt where it's him. He has one shirt with him drawn out. It's him as a cartoon character on it, like pointing up. Like it's pretty cool.
Come on, Dan. Dan, he's our man.
Again, blazing through there, that wood section here. Coming over. Again, he's had a handful of guys he can watch this lip, so now he has his plan up.
Go, go, go.
Oh, he's
trying to sling
it's
some
crazy.
rocks on us here in the trailer.
Yeah.
It's crazy how much debris comes off of that buggy as it's just flinging it everywhere.
I'm right here, Matt.
Yeah.
Debris.
Oh, debris. Ha ha ha. Like the baby.
Sorry, that was a bad one.
It's a great dad joke. Wide open throttle, just gassing it all the way up the hill.
He's gonna make it.
Working it back and forth.
There it is.
Just ripping it up the hill. Yeah.
Yeah, even if you don't win, you still get to say you climbed Showtime in a UTV.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that is a very short list of people who have climbed Showtime in anything, much less a UTV.
Matt, I'll race you up Showtime later.
I was thinking about going over and
then we'll be able to say that we've been up Showtime.
I was getting ready to say, I'm going to go find Adam Koontz. I'm like, hey, can I borrow your bouncer for a minute? I want to see if I can hit this real quick.
All right, what's his time? 136.792.
Not a bad time.
For Danger Dan. And now he gets to say he's on the short list of UTV drivers that have climbed Showtime Hill.
Is that good enough for third place?
Third right now would be Wyatt with his 109.
Okay,
so
109.
Paul with a 90, Cooper with a 106, Wyatt with a 109, and then Dan after that with a 136. I think Daniel Callahan is going to be next.
Yeah, when Clyde brought this idea of hitting that Showtime again in UTVs, I'm thinking, really? UTVs can make it up that?
Yeah,
it's so far. It amazes me how far they've come and what they can do. You know, and seeing them in person. You know, like I say, I've watched them all on the YouTube videos on Clyde's all of his pages.
Yeah.
But to see it in person and the way that they can drive and handle these rigs is amazing.
And it's crazy to see. You know, side by sides first came out, they were like 76 horsepower.
Mine's a 2012. 800 that's got 56 horsepower.
Yeah, 56.
Nice.
and we got guys that are like, you know, knocking on the door of the 300 range now.
Yeah.
And they really haven't gained that much weight either. If anything, I think they've gotten lighter. Again, if you look at some of our tube chassis guys, they're lighter than yours, and they're running, you know, almost 300 horsepower, 250 at least.
Yeah.
So when you're pushing 250 horsepower and you weigh the same amount or less than the guy next to you, you know, it tends not to, you know, and again, the suspension, you also have a lot bigger shocks, a lot softer shocks, so you can be able to land a little harder on some of that stuff and really kind of throw the buggy up the hill a little farther. So at least you have a good momentum carrying with you once you start ripping up the hill. And again, I think everybody has had trouble for the last second half of just running wide open throttle. It was just awesome to hear a buggy wide open throttle. Wow. And he's just kind of barely creeping, you know. The debris behind him is all flying by it. You know, it's awesome to see just how much trouble they have.
It's always been amazing to me how capable UTVs are, even years ago, but especially now.
Yeah.
All right, Adam Coots looks like he got fixed.
Got the shake and bake rig coming off.
He's back for another go at this course.
He broke a drive shaft, I believe, on his first run. Okay.
We'll see if it holds together.
I got some big air on that.
Yeah. Clyde said he has it barely band-aided together, so we'll see. We'll see how long it'll take him to.
I think that might be it.
He broke an axle. You know what? As long as he can make it through that wood section, I bet Adam will give it a heck of a go on this hill over here.
He is still running right now, so. Oh.
Yeah, that was the tough part.
Get a good run there.
Yeah, actually. Okay. He already broke the drive shaft.
So now he's in 2-0 drive, it looks like. I think he broke his front diff. So, yeah, he's gonna give it a heck of a go. Give it a heck of a college try.
At least he brought the big bouncer.
Yeah, get the big bouncer out and play on the hill later. Man, that stinks.
Y'all give him a round of applause, though. The man has had a hell of a bad day when it comes to luck.
All right.
The crowd cheered him on as he's gonna head back over.
Daniel Callahan is going to wrap up.
He did $1,000 worth of damage to his buggy, lost his injury fee, didn't complete either hill, and has to pay Wyatt $250.
All right, so I think Daniel's probably going to be our last racer. Paul doesn't have to race again.
Yes.
Unless Daniel comes out and beats Paul's 90 seconds.
And that's kind of what I was talking like. Timmy has sometimes been in that same instance where we've ran where Timmy doesn't have to run again if he doesn't, you know, on some of our bounty events where he's sitting in the first spot, you know, he doesn't even have to run if he doesn't want to. And one time I even said there was like 30 drivers that day, and I said, man, in second place, would you even run again? And he said, absolutely. He said, I want that number one spot. He was dead serious. It wasn't like he was kidding at all. I was pretty impressed. That shows what kind of competitor Timmy really is. All right. Got Callahan and Calloused on the side of the buggy.
And he
running that teal wrap.
Racing for Ethan Martin today. I don't really know how that works since there's no points involved
in
this event.
Trying to get some money for him, I think.
I guess. kind of weird that this is our last.
There we go. Oh!
This is our last show for Hillside Live this year, Matt.
It is. It is.
It's going to be a few months until we're all back again.
90 days. 90 days.
90 days.
Till our season kicks off.
Wow.
It'll fly by between the holidays and
90 days seems like a long time until you're tearing your buggy apart and it's like, oh, we got 30 days left to put it all back together.
January always drags by.
Yeah.
Once you make it through Christmas, then January is just like one long Monday.
Not
if
your buggy's in 1,000 pieces. And you still haven't tuned your new 5.2 bypass shock.
Well, we know what January is going to be like for Matt.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. Is that? All right. That looked.
You can see the crowd.
Front wheel looked weird.
The crowd's slowly starting to inch farther.
I don't know if it was just the angle or if
they start getting more and more excited as buggies start to fly.
All right, better keep it moving, Daniel.
Love that teal on the front of there. He's racing the calloused buggy. Coming around hard. Oh! Bouncing through. Had good momentum. Yeah, he had killer momentum going right through that middle section. Come on, get up there. There you go.
All right, don't stop. Don't stop.
I was talking to Holbach this morning. And
Nice.
And they said, I was talking to Holbach this morning, and he said from that second lip up to about Mickey Thompson banner, it is right there. He said it's pretty much the hardest part because it's steep and it's just so loose.
Yeah.
You know, again, we've seen tons of guys have had issues getting traction. Just
it's like dusty marbles up there.
It is. It is.
It looked like the faster guys were hitting it on the left side. The last couple of drivers there took that right side.
Yeah.
But earlier it looked like the faster line was on the left side.
I said we've seen, like I said, that middle-ish slight left side. I think might have had a little bit.
132.970.
Again, a great time. Not fast enough to get him on the podium, but still a great time.
All right.
Run.
Looks like Adam.
Paul's walking around over there, so I'm gonna say he's not gonna make a second run. No need for him to.
I see him climbing in, Clyde. I see him climbing in.
So Paul had the fastest time with 90 seconds, and then Cooper had our second fastest. Cooper Bentley with a 106, and then Wyatt had a third fastest time with a 109. Those were your top three fastest times. Paul Wolf, Cooper Bentley, and Wild Wyatt Wilson.
I like that.
That was between both of their runs as well. Everybody got two runs at the hill. If you're just joining us or you just jumped in recently, we are at Hot Springs ORV in Arkansas. We're enjoying an awesome day.
Great
sunshine, weather. Nice temperatures out here. This event is not one of our normal race events. We don't have any bouncers racing today. We are going to see a little bit of an exhibition run from Adam Coots and his bouncer just for fun. But today's UTV Bounty Hill and the whole event is just to benefit Camp Sunshine, which Brad here has been telling us about today. So we're glad to be out here. We're gonna go hit the trails. They got an awesome trail system, and they've been doing a lot of work and making them really nice and accessible for all different levels of riders out here. So we've gone to do a little riding already this morning.
Yeah.
And then we're planning on going back out again after this. This hill was meant to be short and sweet and let all of our awesome spectators out here get a chance to just enjoy the park as well. There's a raffle tonight. Lots of
food.
Lots of your general raffle items, but then also the big ticket item, of course, being the 4-seat Razor. If you want to get a ticket for that, it's fun-run.org, $25 a ticket. The machine is awesome. The tax is paid. They'll deliver it to you. You don't even have to be here to win it. So head to that website, fun-run.org. Get yourself a few tickets. Even if you don't win, it's going to an awesome cause.
I say you got about 3 hours left. Again, $25 a ticket's a pretty cheap way to win a side-by-side.
Yep, 5 o'clock is when that's going to cut off. So
takes one ticket to win, so.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's all it takes.
That's all it takes.
Do not have to be present to win.
Do not.
Okay.
All right. I hear a little more horsepower.
Adam Kuntz getting in his big bouncer. He came on down with both his big bouncer and his side-by-side, so.
He had some bad luck with breakage in the Razor.
Yes.
On the during the race on the course, but he's got the bouncer out here, brought it along for some fun. Showtime's a little bit of a legend in its own right. Showtime
Absolutely.
Hill. So, of course, the drivers want to take an opportunity to give a chance while they can, because Showtime's not going to be here forever.
I almost brought my buggy just so I could say I could play it on Showtime. And after I seen it go bounce, I'm like, man, I probably could have climbed it or bouncer down. But
there are talks that this could be the last time that Showtime is run.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, forever. So,
man.
Yeah, so that,
that's still up in the air.
All of our drivers out here, and, Adam, of course, bringing the bouncer out.
Yeah.
And it's just like, get it while you can. What was that?
Okay.
Okay.
So that's good. That's probably a good thing.
So one thing we've talked about before, if you're newer to the sport, newer to watching, every rock bouncer buggy that races in the series with us has a safety feature called the RI box, or it's a remote shut-off box. So we've got one of our safety recovery crew out here with a remote to control cutting off the buggy. If anything were to happen, that it were to get out of control somehow, stuck throttle, a driver goes unconscious, anything that we hope never happens, but you never know, could, we've got that extra safety feature where it can be cut off by somebody else.
It's just another way that technology has entered the sport and has made it better.
Yep.
He's running the Riot buggy, the old Riot buggy. Riot Reloaded is what it's called. He's made some changes to it. Here we go, Adam Kuntz again. Coming up, just kind of feeling around the big bouncer. Well, he had his little bouncer out here, which ran up it, so his big bouncer's had a little different feel to it. So, got his helmet checking in. Looks like he's cinching down now in his 5-way harness. Want to make sure those are tight, Well, real snug down.
You want the 3 H's for safety:
Yes.
harness, Hans, and helmet.
Yes, I like it. Harness, Hans, and helmet. He's turned his GoPro on. Make sure it looks good.
What's that? What's that fire extinguisher material? Is it like Halon or something?
Halon, yeah.
Is that another? There we go. That's my fourth H.
There you go.
I got it. The 4 H's. The 4 H's of safety. You heard it here first, everybody.
Get it, buddy, get it! Using the rear steer, bouncing around. Out the top he goes.
So talking about how far technology and vehicles have come over the years, that looks like a walk in the park. Imagine the difference over the last few years of this hill and the vehicles that have tried to climb it.
And it's kind of funny, like the separatists, that actually looked fairly easy. Just kind of landed and took off,
Yeah.
I'm like, 10 years ago, we had 27 buggies show up. Only one of them made it. So we'll be right back after these messages. Oh, he's going out the top.
Is there a trail there?
There is.
Okay.
There is now. Let's put it that way.
If there wasn't before, there is now.
Answer to that is yes.
Yes. There. Yeah.
That was Showtime's sister. All right, everybody. We've had a fun time out here watching this some throwdowns on Showtime. One more time. I don't know. Maybe we'll see it again. Maybe we won't. But you've been watching this fun run event.
Yes.
Thanks to Brad for being here
Thanks for having me and
putting on the
for,
event.
coming out.
Sharing so much with us about it.
Yeah.
All the Camp Sunshine details.
Great cause. Go out and get some tickets, fun-run.org.
Yep.
$25. We're going to cut those off at about 5 o'clock today and give it away live on Facebook at our Fun-Run page. About 8 o'clock after dinner and after our general raffle, we'll be going live and giving it away, drawing a name and number there for that.
Yeah.
So get your tickets while you can.
There you have it, guys. Thanks for joining us all year long on Hillside Live. Looks like Adam's not done yet.
Yeah. What? Like, what? what better way to sign off a show than have like a bouncer like just going full tilt behind us? Like we have a lot of fun here. It's good times. But again, this is our last show of Hill 5 Live. Bree brought up for the season. We'll be back in about 90 days, which seems like a long time. But if you're rebuilding rigs, cutting, chopping, the Bacon family's got some stuff going on. A lot of guys are making upgrades.
Everybody does.
So it'll be interesting to see how the season kicks off. We'll be kicking it off in February. So
we'll be back before you know it for Hillside Live 2022.
I know.
That's weird. But thank you guys for watching. We're going to go out and hit the trails now. So
we'll see you guys. Be good.
Thanks.